God has a bigger plan for you. Welcome to English Stories for Everyone. Today I want to tell you about a truth that has changed millions of lives. Sometimes, what feels like the end is actually just the beginning of something far greater. There's a story that perfectly captures this truth. A young man applied for his dream job at a prestigious company. He had prepared for months, practiced every possible interview question, and believed with all his heart that this was his destiny. The interview went perfectly. He walked out feeling confident, already imagining his new life. 2 weeks later, he received the email. "We regret to inform you." He was devastated. He had prayed for this opportunity. He had worked so hard. Why would God let him fail? What was the point of all that effort? For weeks, he felt lost and angry. He questioned everything. If God has a plan for me, he thought bitterly, it must be a plan for failure. But here's what he didn't know. That same company would face a major crisis 6 months later. There would be massive layoffs. The department he wanted to join would be completely shut down. The dream job would have become a nightmare. 3 months after his rejection, still jobless and struggling, he received an unexpected call. A smaller company, one he had never even considered, wanted to interview him. He almost didn't go. It seemed beneath him, not prestigious enough, not what he had dreamed of. But something, perhaps desperation, perhaps guidance, made him say yes. That small company turned out to be a startup on the verge of something incredible. They offered him not just a job, but a chance to be part of building something from the ground up. Within 2 years, that startup became one of the fastest-growing companies in the industry. The young man became a senior leader, learned skills he never would have developed at the prestigious company, and found purpose he never knew existed. Years later, he realized something profound. His rejection wasn't God closing a door. It was God protecting him from a path that looked good, but would have led nowhere. The delay wasn't denial. It was divine redirection. This is the truth we often forget when life doesn't go according to our plans. God sees the entire map while we only see the next step. We see the closed door and cry. God sees the better door ahead and smiles, knowing we're not ready for it yet. When you lose something you thought you needed, God might be removing it because it would have blocked something better. When your prayers seem unanswered, God might be answering them in ways you don't yet understand. When life pushes you in a direction you didn't choose, God might be steering you toward a destiny you never imagined. Think about it. How many times in your life did something bad happen, only for you to realize months or years later that it was actually a blessing? That breakup that felt like the end of the world led you to meet the person you actually needed. That job loss forced you to discover talents you didn't know you had. That failure taught you lessons that later made you successful. God's plans are rarely comfortable. They often involve closed doors, unexpected turns, and moments when you feel completely lost. But discomfort doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it means you're exactly where you need to be for transformation to happen. The caterpillar doesn't understand why it must enter the darkness of the cocoon. It feels like death. But God knows it's not death. It's preparation for wings. Your current struggle isn't punishment. It's preparation. Your closed door isn't rejection. It's protection. Your waiting period isn't wasted time. It's growing time. God has a bigger plan for you, bigger than your fears, bigger than your failures, bigger than your limited understanding of what's possible. But to receive that bigger plan, you must trust the process even when it makes no sense. You must believe that every setback is a setup for something greater. So if you're in a season of waiting, of closed doors, of unanswered prayers, don't lose faith. Don't think God has forgotten you. God is simply positioning you for something your current vision is too small to see. The best chapters of your life might be the ones you never planned to write. The greatest blessings often come disguised as disappointments, and the most beautiful destinations are usually found on the roads we didn't want to take. Trust the journey. Trust the timing. Trust that when one door closes, it's not because you're being pushed out of your blessing. It's because you're being prepared for a bigger one. God has a plan for you, and it's far more beautiful than anything you could design for yourself.